This is part 2 on our series on paper, and it is about the history of it. If you watched the first part, then good for you. If you haven't, go check it out. Anyways, on with the video. To know the history of paper, we'll have to go back in time about 5,000 years, all the way back to the ancient Egyptians. The Egyptians used the papyrus plant to create papyrus. Papyrus was very similar to thick paper and was used widely throughout the Mediterranean up until the Roman Empire. Some communities of the world that live around swamp still use papyrus today. The word paper also comes from papyrus. Fast forward about 3,000 years, and in southern India, people began writing on ola leaves, and it was believed that fortunes were written on the leaves by sages. About 1,000 years later, many civilizations began using bark. During World War II, propaganda leaflets were written by guerrilla fighters to sway the public opinion on bark. Around the same time as bark, the Chinese began writing on bamboo and wooden planks. And finally, about 100 years later, in 105 AD, Chiron, a eunuch, invented what is known as a paper. Paper is said to have made a large impact on ancient China, as books no longer had to be split into multiple smaller books to be carried, nor did a book have to be carried by cart. It could instead be carried by hand. It was said that paper making was passed into Europe after the Battle of Talis, where 2 paper makers were captured. In the late 1200s was when the first solid evidence could be found that referred to paper mills, which made it much easier to create paper. Over the years, the materials used to create paper has changed and evolved until paper is finally what we come to know as today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and click the bell.